Coach Jenkins, High Point Andrews, Red Raiders, got a good win in week 1 against Bartlett Yancey. Had some good production. Corey McManus at running back and Devin Hacksaw quarterback, and entire team played well. Coach, go back and kind of analyze that game for us and tell us about how the team played in that game in your opinion.
I think we played very well for our first time out. You know, kids getting in shape and still trying to play themselves in shape. We got a lot of weapons this year and got a lot of speed, so that helps out a lot too. With Hacksaw coming in from Ragsdale and Corey McManus has just been progressing and working hard all 4 years, so he's going to have a big season this year.
Corey McManus has got the speed, from what I hear, pretty fast.
Yeah, he, I'm not mistaken, I think he's probably the fastest kid in the state in 2A.
Man, it's unreal to have that kind of athletic talent at your disposal right there.
Yes, sir.
Turn him loose and let him go. He's probably on return teams too, isn't he?
Yes, sir. Returning punts and kickoff returns and all that kind of stuff.
Had to be, got to be. How about Hacksaw? How's he kind of adjusted to the High Point Andrews system?
Hacksaw is kind of laid back kid. You know, he don't say a whole lot. He just go to work and make things work for us. He manages the game well, and I mean he can run the ball as well and pass it. So great arm, great athletic ability. I mean, I wouldn't want to play against him on Friday. You know, big kid, he's about 6'2", about 215. So great looking kid and great quarterback for us. We're glad to have him.
You kind of read it out of my mind there. I was thinking it was maybe about a little over 100 yards passing, but he came to about 40, 45 yards rushing. That rushing quarterback yards is very big for you.
Yes, sir.
Gives you an extra option on those key downs too to be able to run that quarterback.
Yep.
And take some pressure off McManus too. McManus, again, like I say, so fast. How many carries a game you think he'll probably get? 20, 25 carries a game?
Man, I'll try not to give him that many carries. I'll try to limit his carries to at least about 15, 17 carries a game, because we got some other kids that can, you know, run the ball pretty well too, like Adam Reed, Carrington Bell. We have Tristan Kirkwood. We got those kids that can kind of spell him, you know, when he's tired, because we use him at a lot of places. You know, we use him at slot receiver, use him at kickoff return, use him at running back, use him at punt return. So we try to get the max out of Corey that we can, as much as we can out of him without wearing him down. But we got to use those other kids to kind of help him out while just getting ready for conference play. We don't want to overuse him and then get the conference play, and you know he kind of banged up. When we try to limit his carries and all that kind of thing.
And a good thing about him too, probably, he's going to give you some of those big runs, coming off about an 80-yard run or 75-yard run. You want to get him that quick break too, get those other kids in to spell them up after a long carry. What about the defense for Andrews? What's been the key to the defense so far? Just one game regular season. You've been with these guys a while. You see how this defense is coming along?
Yeah, I've been with these kids. You know, this is most of them fourth season with me. So I mean, they know the defense well. They play well. I mean, they veterans now. You know, back in the day when, you know, during the COVID season and when they came in as freshmen, people kind of beat on us a little bit. But you know, it's our turn now. So you know, them being veteran guys, they know what they expect, know what to do, and they know what we ask of them. So they did a great job Friday night.
Who are some of your standouts on defense you may be able to mention?
Corey McManus. Not Corey. I'm sorry, not Corey. I mean Tristan Kirkwood,
right.
Carrington Bell, Jeremiah King, Antonio Perry, Joshua Hall, and Andreas Carter.
Got some big linemen on the team this year?
Yeah, we got a pretty decent-sized linemen this year. We got a few young kids that's going to be good when they grow up a little bit. We got some pretty good size. I want to say we got about 22 linemen, which is rare for us, but, you know, we're going to need it, because without the linemen, none of the skilled kids can't do anything that we ask them to do. So.
And I've been hearing, too, your numbers are up over right now here.
Yeah, numbers up. We got about 58 kids right now.
That's good.
Well, we had 58 kids before. We had a few kids that transferred in, so we're probably right at around 65 kids. School getting ready to start back. We're going to gather up a few of the freshmen that's going to come and play some JV for us. We're going to start our JV season September 14th, and that'll give us, you know, a base to work from with the young kids. We're able to play them on JV and developing those kids and be able to move them up to varsity.
Be able to start that JV season a little later is probably a good thing to have too. Give them some time. Those other kids coming in to get that team in place.
Yeah, give them time to learn our system and give them time to get in shape and you know, get themselves acclimated to this heat that we got. Hopefully it'll start cooling off here in a little bit, but give those kids time to get acclimated to what we're asking them to do.
And ask them to do it against High Point Central on Friday night. Probably it's a non-conference game, but this is the game of the year on your schedule. Guys, circle this game every year, no matter when it's played. First game of the year, last game of the year, middle game of the year. No matter where it's going to be, this is the game for you guys. And how big is this game coming Friday night? How well prepared are you guys for Andrews facing Central? And what do you see from Central? All those things.
I mean, it's a very big game for us and also the kids in the community. All these kids kind of grew up with each other. You know, been going on probably 50 years or more. Like I said, I'm looking for big things out of our kids. This is our seniors' last time around playing against them, and I told them if they lose, they got to live with the rest of their life. So that's going to give them an extra edge. I think High Point Central, they got a pretty decent group, I think, with the big line that they have. So we just got to overcome that huge line they have and try to use our speed to score some points and put them in a in a predicament where they got to keep up with the speed that we have, going up and down the field.
Been reading about Corey McManus. I'm sure they'll probably be focusing on Corey come game Friday night. So it's going to be important for him to have maybe his biggest game of his career this coming Friday night.
Yeah, I mean they can key on Corey, but if you key on him, like I said, we got other kids that can run, other kids that can catch, other kids that can, do some of the same things he's doing. Not the exact same thing, but we got, like I said, we got some speedy kids. If they key on Corey, I think, Hackstall will make the right decision to put other kids in a good position to still, have a great game Friday.
And what do you think the final thought is, the final key on trying to beat Central? What's the key to that game most important for the team to do as a whole? What are they got to do?
I think we just got to, maintain, playing good defense, not making mistakes, not, creating penalties, unnecessary penalties that we don't have to have. And I think with, with the heat and our speed and all the things that we do well with our scheme on offense, I think we're going to come out with a victory.
Talk about Coach at Andrews now, because a lot of people, when you come to Andrews, think, well, the coach will be there years, so he'll be gone. There'll be a new team coming in, new coach coming in. You guys are staying with the program right now, building the program. How important is it to be here for several years and get this program off and going in the right direction?
Well, I think, in today's, sports, everybody wants something. They want things right away. They want success right away, but that ain't how it works. You got to stay here, build something, go through the process, and go through all the growing pains to put your team in a good situation like we're in right now.
And you think about for Friday night, all the things you guys have been through building this program. You think about guys in the past. I know sometimes you think about these guys like Ted Brown and Johnny Evans and all the success Andrews has had. Sometimes you got to go back, probably teach the kids and preach some of the history to the kids about the importance of the Andrews program, where it's been, where it is now, where it's going.
Yeah, I tell them all the time, Andrews is tied for first in the state of North Carolina with the most kids in the NFL with 11. So, that's enough motivation within itself, and we have a great tradition here, and we're trying to build some things, and I think the program is going in the right direction. So, and we got a lot of great athletes that's going to make some of our old alumni proud to see us play this season.
I know you had some guys over the years here too, Andrews, recently, a couple of defensive backs made it to the NFL, and I remember Freddie Autry-Lindsay may not have made it to the NFL, but he was an excellent college player. I think he wanted to become a good coach too for some colleges. So
yes, sir. These
guys are doing good things coming out of Andrews. People don't realize Andrews may be considered small as far as 2A, but this is a big campus over here. You guys got a lot of space, a lot of room, a lot of things going on because you got Wellborn right beside you. You got
yes,
another
sir.
Kearns in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big complex over here.
Yes, it is. Yes, sir.
And a lot of good things are going on, I guess, for the kids in the classroom and other things going on here too for the kids.
Yep.
Talk about some of the things you do as a coach other than just coaching these kids, because there's more to it than coming out and blowing the whistle and coming up with practice plans and make sure they're ready for Friday night. A lot of the things you're doing too.
There's a lot more to it. I teach weight training and team sports at the school. I spend a lot of hours in the classroom just redirecting kids, putting them in the right position, and telling them how important it is to get an education first, because without an education, you won't be able to play any sports. So that's been my big thing of with our kids, education. You do that, that'll put you in a great position. After that, you got to work hard in the weight room and stay consistent and keep working. And with all those ingredients into that, you can become a great player and get a lot of opportunities to play on the next level.
Another thing too, if they wanted more, I know a lot of guys probably see yourself and the assistant coaches out there coaching. They say, "Boy, that looks like a lot of fun. I'd like to be a coach one day." They got to realize they got to go to high school, get their diploma, go to college, get their degree, and
yes,
get
sir.
the credentials to be able to coach and teach too. Yep. That's an important thing also.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I spend a lot of time on the field as a player myself, and a lot of time, with my whistle around my neck and working and coaching. And right now, we seeing some of the, hard work that we put in, having a lot of success with some of the hard work that we put in so far.
Take us back to your days when you were in high school. Where did you play high school football again? Because you told us before. Tell us again.
Yeah, I played high school football at Marlboro County High School. Before it was Marlboro County High School, it was Bennettsville High School. So I played 3 years at Bennettsville High School, and I played 1 year at Marlboro County High School. The last year, my senior year, they consolidated all the sports. So I was a pretty decent athlete, you know, at my high school. I played linebacker, and I ran track and had a lot of success as an athlete. So.
And that's a big high school too.
Yes, sir.
Because you drive by that way going down to South Carolina. People going to Myrtle Beach have been by Bennettsville, Marlboro County High School. They see that on the schedule for some of the Eastern North Carolina teams. You guys play across the border, play them occasionally. It's big time football in South Carolina, no doubt about it.
It's big time because we got the other two schools that's right here on the the state line. You got Richmond County and you got Scotland County. So we would always scrimmage those guys and have some tough competition between those two teams, which is they got great programs at Scotland County and Richmond County High School as well. So, I mean, I enjoyed every minute of it.
And you crossed the border into North Carolina for college and teaching too and coaching.
Yes, sir.
What happened when you came over to college?
When I went to college, I went to North Greenville College. It was a junior college at the time. My first 2 years there, we were very successful. You know, in 2 seasons we only lost 1 game and averaged 40 points a game. So I learned a lot from Mike Taylor, which he left North Greenville and went on to Newberry College to be a great coach as well. So I learned a lot from my high school coach, Reed Sharp, was one of the winningest coaches in the state of South Carolina. So I was able to play for 2 great coaches, one in college and one in high school. So I just take up a lot that I learned from my coaches and kind of mix it in with some of the hard work and some of the things I learned, even on the pro level when I played. So it's been great, man. I'm enjoying it and looking forward to playing Friday.
And I guess on the pro level, it was a lot of arena football for you too there.
Yes, sir, a lot of arena football. I played international football in Knoxville, Tennessee. I mean, I played in about 3 different leagues. So my whole life since I've been a teenager has been football. So.
And all that work coming out of Marlboro County down around Bennettsville, how'd you end up in the Triad, the Greensboro High Point area when you finally came here?
Well, I was actually coaching. My first coaching stop was at Dudley. So I left Dudley, went to Smith a couple of years, moved out to Albany, Georgia, and spent 11 years there. So I got a few of my friends here they was telling me that the Andrews job was coming open, and would I be interested? Could I give these people your number to call and give you a call? So I called them up. It was on 3 different occasions that I had 3 different interviews, and on the last one I just decided to come back closer to home. It's about an hour and 50 minutes from where I grew up, so it's not actually home, but it's close enough to home to me where I can call this place home.
Coach Mitchell Jenkins, thanks for your time as always. This interview again Friday night against Central. What does the Andrews Red Raiders, what do you guys got to do to win that game Friday night? Most importantly, how do you win that game?
Like I said, we win that game by just overwhelming them with our speed and playing great defense. I don't think they don't have any kids to keep up with the speed that we have. So it's gonna be a tough game because the kids gonna come out with a great adrenaline rush at the beginning of the game. But I think as we move along with the game, all the adrenaline and all the other stuff is gonna subside, and it's gonna come down to scheme and come down to speed and come down to which kid is coached the best. And I think we got a great chance of being the victors Friday.
This may be looking too far into the future, but after that game is over Friday night, what do you tell those kids when you send them home Friday night? Because you may send them the same thing basically every Friday night. What do you tell them when you send them home for the weekend on Friday night?
Well, we have a lot of success, and even last Friday, I kind of tell them, the things that we need to work on. We did a lot of things well, but we also did a lot of things wrong that we need to work on. So we try to concentrate on the things that we do wrong, because I know the other things we're going to do well. You just got to concentrate on the things that you do wrong and just keep building it. Each week go on and get better as we start making progress towards the playoffs.
Coach Jenkins, always thank you for your time. It's nice and cool inside here at Andrews. It's going to be hot when you guys head to practice later on this week. Keep up the good work. Success to you, and good luck Friday night.
All right, thanks, sir.